Hello everybody, it's Mithrilda and welcome back to my journey of learning to draw. So today I'm going to be talking about being a self-taught artist, why I feel like I'm just not cut out for what I believe being a self-taught artist means, and where I'm going to go with my art journey. Warning, this video is about my feelings and beliefs and experience of the world, so things may be factually wrong, but it's how I've experienced them. So something that's been weighing a lot on my mind recently is that mythos, that sort of pedestal that being self-taught is held up to. I don't know, it's like how all these entrepreneurs like Bill Gates and Steve Jobs dropped out of college, and so many artists talk about learning everything themselves out of textbooks or videos, or just straight up copied or traced art or just drew a lot until they figured it out. It seems like the cool thing to be able to learn it by yourself, to not need to lean on some hoity-toity expensive institution to sort of pull yourself up by the bootstraps. My whole life, I've always looked up to these people, and I secretly wanted a story like that. One where I carved something out for myself, leaning only on myself, and was super cool and inspirational and all that. I would grind art textbooks, or draw a lot, or take apart and put together toasters, or make a nuclear fusion reactor in my garage, or whatever, and really make myself. But now I'm realizing, or more admitting to myself, that I don't think I'm that kind of person. I work so much better in an academic classroom environment where someone teaches me things, and there's deadlines and pressure and all that pushing me. And for some reason, I feel like that's weak. Like, how can I not be strong enough to take all these videos and resources on the internet and make something out of it? I'm realizing that this thought process, the one where I feel like I need to learn things a specific way, this blessed path, so it was, is a lot like what people say about talent. Like, if you don't have a talent for something, you shouldn't pursue it and just stick to what you're good at and let people who are actually good at that thing do that thing. I'm realizing that I'm kind of doing that to myself in a different way all along by telling myself I won't be a true, authentic, holy artist if I can't use all these textbooks and videos that people are recommending to me and just grind it out. I think there's another mental block that's been holding me back as well, and that's money. All my life, I feel like there's a disdain for spending money to learn how to draw or on anything at all online. Only a chump would buy a book when you can torrent it all at this link here. Why subscribe to New Masters Academy when you can click on this torrent here? Why buy Photoshop or any other art software when you can find it all for free or use an open source one? Why use anything paid at all when YouTube exists? And I see so many people being so successful using these resources, these books and videos and all that, and I look at myself and I ask myself, why can't I do it? Do I not want it enough? Is that why I can't make it through more than a week of studying any of these books? Why can't I stick to any program for more than a month? I know that there's no perfect resource, and that if I just do any of these for more than a second, then any one of these numerous things would be better than not doing them. But I haven't. And it hurts me a lot seeing all the books on my shelf that I've never read, the tutorials I've bookmarked and never followed, the art progress I've made. Part of me is really happy with what I've been able to accomplish. I feel like I've solidly proven to myself that I don't need talent to start learning to draw, that I've gone from complete beginner to on my way to learning to draw. But honestly, for 2.5 years of what I feel like was hard work, it's not as much as I would like. So to summarize so far, I've been trying to go down my idea of the self-taught artist route, studying from books, free videos online, studying from life, etc., because it seems like the cool, right way to be an artist. I'm miserably failing and feeling bad about it. Something else that really feels bad about this route, that I have to imagine everyone feels to some degree, whether they're able to learn like this or not, is the uncertainty. The constant nagging uncertainty that whatever resource or subject or whatever I'm studying isn't the right one, that there's a better one out there, that I don't understand the full picture of what the heck I'm doing. One of the reasons why this self-taught route hasn't worked for me is because I have such shiny object syndrome. I watch one video about how perspective is the most important fundamental for beginners, and there I am. I see something about Drawbox and how it's the fundamental course for every self-taught artist, and boom, here I am. Then I watch Volan, and he says that the fundamentals are different for everybody because we all have different goals, and we should learn exactly what we need in order to make what we want. But what do I need to know to draw exactly what I want? Then I just look up what I want to draw, which are people, and even there's uncertainty. People say not to start drawing people until you get the fundamentals down first. What are those? Which of those? Well, they're boring anyway, so let's get into drawing people. Gesture first or anatomy? Wait, they're telling me to go back to observation? But I want to draw from imagination. I so desperately want someone who knows what they're talking about to be able to tell me what I'm doing wrong, what I should be learning, what to improve on, and understand what I'm going for. And right now, my head is exploding. To be fair, in my wanderings, I've picked up a few things here and there, and I am better than before. But I believe there's a better way, and I don't think I'm going to find it in the places I've been looking. This sort of learning style has never worked for me, and these beliefs aren't serving me in my quest for art mastery. Instead of trying to grind more and push myself harder, I think that maybe the answer is to go in a whole different direction. My desperate clinging to this idea of being self-taught hasn't served me, and neither has my reluctance to spend money on an art education that I could just find for free online. And I'm not sure if needing a structured class makes me weak, but if finding that class and that class subsequently gives me the strength to develop into a better artist, I feel like it will have been worth it. In addition, another reason why I flourished during college classes is because I had someone there for me who could always answer my questions and point me in the right direction. That's the real reason to go to college for anything, well, other than the diploma. The thing that increases my understanding of the subject matter like nothing else has been camping outside my professors' offices every day and asking them questions. I desperately crave that sort of dynamic with regard to art. To be absolutely clear, there is nothing wrong with being a self-taught artist, never spending a cent on art education, never needing feedback from anyone, or leaning on art communities and forums for critique, and learning in any way you see fit. It just doesn't work for me, and trying to fit myself into that mold has brought me great stress in my life. So a resource that I found that might fit the bill for everything that I want is Evolve Artist. And this came up a few days ago because I was talking to someone about FZD, School of Design, and how amazing it is, how amazing the work that people have been able to make is. And just sort of like dreamily fantasizing about what it would be like to attend something like this. I feel like my impression of art schools is that you have to already be like a really good artist in order to get in. But for FCD, they say that you don't really need to know how to draw beforehand as long as you have that drive, you have that motivation, and you have that goal. But alas, this one-year program costs, I think, about $35,000 in tuition, plus you have to live in Singapore for a year, plus you have to pay for all the technology costs, like buying a new tablet, buying a new MacBook, and this dream seems a little bit further away. And so this person I was talking to brought up this program that they were interested in doing, and it is called Evolve Artist. And it is an art fundamentals program. It's taught using oil painting. And I don't know, it feels like exactly what I'm looking for. So they say it is a proven system to confidently reach artistic mastery. Technical proficiency is the basis of all skillfully produced art. In that, Evolve offers a ground-up program to develop these particular skills for artists at every level from beginner to advanced. Evolve's system demystifies the creative process, breaking it down to just 3 simple moving parts: value, edge, and color. Command over these basic aspects of art will open up a clear path to producing consistent, high-quality art. And of course, they have this beautiful painting by this 17-year-old girl. And so they say, it has step-by-step instruction. Through this program, your understanding of how to build a painting will give you unshakable confidence every time you sit down to work. Success redefined. The strength of any program can be defined by the consistency of student results. In the last decade, this program has produced hundreds of success stories. Mentorship and benefits. The Evolve instructors are there to guide students through each step of the education, helping to ensure your success on a daily basis. I think this part is the part that I'm interested in most. The fact that they have like ongoing like homework critique and mentorship. And they also send you a box of art supplies. And they have a calculator here where you can see how far through the curriculum you'll be. I have no idea how accurate this is, but I think this is like a really cool feature to have. And so I'm going to estimate 6 hours per week since I looked at my time tracker and I saw that I'm getting about 6 hours per week of art over the last 30 days. And let's say 16 weeks, which would bring me to the end of the year if I start with it a few weeks. And it says I should get to block 2, assignment 18. And so here are some of their before and afters they have on their website. I mean, I think they're definitely very beautiful and impressive. And then we come to the curriculum. Like, what are they actually teaching? What do they think are the foundations of art? So we have the first 4 blocks, which are the foundation. Block 1, value and form. Block 2, proportional drawing. Block 3, painting and color. And block 4, direct painting. And then we have the advanced blocks, which look very beautiful and very cool. And here's the part where I'm really interested. They have one-on-one mentoring, they have group chats, they have homework rooms, they have feedback for your homework, and the assignments are checked twice every day by the instructors, which I feel like is so cool. It's just like, I don't know, being in a class at college and having office hours and being able to just walk in and ask those questions. Having someone there at a moment's notice, I feel like is so important to me. I feel a lot of uncertainty in the world. I feel a lot of nervousness about what I'm doing and whether it's the right thing or whether it'll bring me closer to my goals. And I feel like this would help. I don't know that much, but I can only act on the knowledge that I feel like I have at the moment, and I feel like this would help. And then we get to the most interesting part, which is that it is $2,000, which I feel like is a lot, but I feel like it might be worth it. This is like their payment plan option. Basically, you can pay $199 a month for 12 months, and then you have it fully paid off. It's not like a subscription or anything. It's more like, say, a lifetime subscription to New Masters Academy. You get to just like keep participating and getting feedback and going through the lessons until you're done, and then past when you're done. I feel like this website FAQ isn't very good, but today I've been talking with David Folta of Evolve Artist, and he's been answering so many of my questions, both about the program, how long it would take, like what you'll learn and what level you'll be at when you're done, and also like how does this connect with learning to draw from imagination and like the downfalls of switching around resources. I asked him like a bazillion questions, but I think I'll cover that in a separate video coming up next. So for now, let's stick to these questions. I'm not going to read them all since they're all right here, but I feel like this is a really important one. What makes Evolve different than online resources I can find for free? Free resources are great. However, when you get stuck, there's rarely anyone who can help you get past the challenges you are facing. Free content also lacks structure, and there is no way to know if the method you are following is appropriate for your skill level. The Evolve program was designed from the ground up and has a proven track record of taking students with little or no experience and seeing their education through to creating professional level work. And I feel like, just these few sentences are so comforting to me because it addresses a lot of the things that I fear, a lot of the uncertainties I have. And by really speaking to the needs that I have, it makes me think that this course might be better suited to me. I don't know if that's like a correct thought, but that is a thought that I have. Oh, and here, a very important question. How does Evolve offer daily feedback to students? Evolve offers several forms of feedback to its students, so you never feel like you're going it alone. Written feedback is given multiple times a day, 365 days a year, on each assignment you submit. One-on-one video feedback is offered by scheduling a video call with an instructor during office hours, and group instruction and feedback are provided weekly via video conference. Evolve is more than just an education. It's a community, and you will find your peers will be helpful as well. And I feel like that answers the other half of my question. Who will be there to answer my questions? Who will be there to push me in the way that I want to go to create the kind of art that I want to do? And, if I need to pay a certain amount of money to get that, I think I would be willing to. And so I thought it would be interesting to look at some of the other programs that I've looked at in the past but decided not to go with at the time. For example, New Masters Academy. I know that people love New Masters Academy. But here's the issue. There are so many classes. I feel like I'm just the kind of person who needs my hand held. If I have 5 bazillion choices, I'm always going to regret whichever one I choose. And there's just so much. There's just too much good content here. Because how do I know which of these I should be picking? How do I know which one's good for me? I know that they have this one's beginner, intermediate, advanced, but it's still so confusing to me. And I know people tell me oh, you shouldn't do New Masters Academy yet. And other people are like, oh yeah, you should do New Masters Academy. And it's just really confusing. And also, there's no support unless you get their coaching program, which is $99 a month, plus the New Masters Academy subscription. It gets expensive really fast. So if you do New Masters Academy Premium on annual billing, it's $44 a month, plus $99 for their lowest coaching plan. Multiply by 12 for 12 months in a year, then I'm at almost $2,000 already, and I'll have to pay this every year as opposed to a one-time cost of $2,000. And here's CG Master Academy, which I feel like is another great resource that people recommend to me all the time, and I see a lot of people be really successful doing it. And here's the problem. Again, there's just too many things to choose from. And I know this sounds stupid, why don't you want to do the thing where you have the most choice and you can customize it to whatever you want and whatever? But you know what? That is stressful to me. And I know for other people, this seems like such a simple thing to do. Just pick one and do it. But I don't know what to say. It stresses me out a lot. And I feel kind of embarrassed being this vulnerable and saying this out loud, but I only know myself, and I'm just being honest about how I feel about these things. And plus, these are expensive, $700 for an 8-week course, and then another $700 for another 8-week course. Plus, I just don't have that time commitment right now to be able to do an accelerated 8-week course or anything like that. But I feel like the big problem is that having to choose is too much for me. It's a lot. Whereas Evolve claims that the curriculum that they have laid out is what you need to know. And a few years ago, when I was more of a beginner, I would have laughed at this. I'd be like, what do you mean? There's no portraiture in here, there's no figures in here, there's no stylizing. That's what I want to draw, so that's what I'm going to learn. I don't need all this stuff. This stuff looks so boring. Who wants to draw stuff like this? But now I realize, after my beginner's arrogance has, waned a teensy-weensy little bit, that, this stuff is important, and I do want to learn to draw it, but it is boring, and it is hard, and it's confusing, and I don't have to do it alone. Not if I don't want to. I've tried going it alone for the past few years, and that has been a stressful experience that has not turned out the best. And I feel like I should let myself do this. Not this program in particular, but I should let myself be taught. I should let myself be part of a program, be part of lessons, pay something. Even though like I do still have that mental barrier of like, ugh, like there's so much information out there. Why can't I just utilize all these free resources? And I know that many other people have been so successful, and it does make me feel a little weak. It makes me feel slightly ashamed to be considering this. And these feelings, I feel like they don't make any sense. Like, where do they come from? I don't know. Anyway, so I guess what we've established today is that I have weird feelings. I am interested in this course, and I got a lot of really cool insights and knowledge from a teacher from this course, and I'll be reading out like his answers to me and my questions in the next video. And so I guess, how do you guys feel? Do you relate at all to what I'm saying? Do you think it's insane that I could feel this way? Like, what's the greatest barrier to getting a class like this or a mentorship like this for yourself? Is it only the cost? Is money the biggest factor? Is time? Is that stigma of like wanting to be a self-taught artist standing in your way? I've never really talked about this before, and I've never really confronted these feelings and these thoughts I've had in my mind because I thought that's how everybody felt. But now I'm realizing that's definitely not true. So let me know what y'all think, and remember that talent is a myth. Now, get back to work.